What's up guys, KooKenji here, and this is my ultimate builds video on how to play Target Man Striker. So in this video we're going to be looking over the attributes, as well as the different perks you might want to use, as well as the different playstyles you'll be playing. Now I want to preface this video by saying that I don't believe the Target Man Striker build is the best build. I would say that a smaller build is probably the best way to go, especially in the higher divisions. However, I will say that it is very fun playing as a target man, especially if you're playing with other attackers, because you can make some nice link up plays. But as I said, if you're tryharding, I recommend going as a smaller build. That aside, let's get into the perks. Now for the perks, I've chosen active first touch as well as one-time shot. Now I've chosen these two because I feel like they're the most useful as a striker. Even as a target man, you're going to still be sprinting onto balls, so active first touch will still be active. I know as a target man you might feel like you're a slower player, so you shouldn't be running onto balls, but you shouldn't neglect your pace, because with the build I'm showing you, you'll still have a lot of pace. One-time shot is obviously just a generally good striker perk, as it boosts your shooting, gives you finesse shot, as well as boosts your weak foot. And distance shooters just comes down to preference. Do you like shooting from outside the box? I wouldn't recommend it, but some people like it. Again, skill dribble, it depends on how much skill you're using. And well, with Flare, you already have that with active first touch. And Flare is nice as a target man, as it allows you to make those nice flicks and passes, especially when you're playing with your back to goal. Now, next we can look at set piece beacon. This I'm kind of conflicted on, because a good ball will always mean you can get a good goal or good header, whereas if you don't have a good person on set pieces, then it can be quite difficult, and because of that it can be quite situational. Now with physical strength, I'd say it's quite surplus to requirements, especially with this build, because with this build you're going to have plenty of strength and you won't really need that extra bit of strength. As you'll see in the clips when I show you, you're going to be holding up defenders very easily, and I didn't use physical strength at all in these clips. Now as you can see in the top right corner, I'm only level 18, almost level 19, and I cannot wait for level 19 because you get the third perk slot. And if I did have the third perk slot, I'd go for set piece beacon. Again, this just comes down to preference. I don't really need skill dribbler or distance shooter, so set piece beacon is the one for me. Again, the strength perk isn't really necessary. But if you're level 23 or above, I'd highly recommend Tireless Runner. As I've said in all my build videos, Second Wind is essential and is the best perk in the game for any position aside from goalkeeper. Moving on to attributes, we're going to start off with pace. Now, as a target man, you might think you don't want pace, but believe me, you still want pace, because there's going to be plenty of times where you're still going to be running onto through balls, long balls, and you're going to need that extra bit of pace to compete with defenders. And even like in a counter attack, you might want to be sprinting into the box, so you're going to need that bit of pace to get in there. Now going on to shooting, we're going to just have long shot, power shot, weak foot, as well as finishing. Looking on the left side, we're not going to get anything because they're just there to waste your points, especially penalties, because you can just do timed shooting to score those penalties and get precise finishing. Likewise with free kicks, you don't really need those extra stats. If you know how to do free kicks, you know how to do free kicks. It is unfortunate heading accuracy is on that side, but it is what it is. If you've got a good crosser, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, so you can get away without that heading accuracy. Now moving on to dribbling. Dribbling, this comes down to preference. I like having high agility and balance, not the attack positioning, that doesn't really do anything, but having nice balance and agility means a lot to me, because you have the turning circle of a truck if you're a big player. That's not to say that ball control is bad at all, or dribbling, because you're still going to want that, especially with your back to goal. You're going to want good touches in tight areas. However, I just prefer having mobility. Now for physical, obviously you want strength for the hold up play, but I've also gone for jumping. Now to get jumping, you have to get aggression, reactions, and stamina too. Now stamina's nice, reaction doesn't really do much. Aggression's kinda nice in theory, as that supposedly boosts your strength. I don't really know, that could just be a placebo. But moving on to our height, we want to be looking at around 6'4" to 6'2" and the 6'6" builds. Now personally, 6'6" is way too much overkill, or 6'7" if you want. You don't need that extra bit of height, and if anything, it just reduces your jumping ability. Even though your stats don't go down, it just feels like you can't jump much. And as a 6'2" player, I feel like in those hold up areas you lose that strength and that extra bit of winning like headers from goal kicks, which is very essential as a target man. So I do recommend playing as a 6'4" build with either 174 pounds or 178 pounds of weight, depending on how much pace you want. But that's going to conclude this section. Now we're going to look at the different playstyles as well as some gameplay analysis. So in this first section we're going to be looking at build-up play as well as using your strength to improve your build-up play. As a target man, it's essential that you're there for goal kicks to knock down the ball to your teammates like a second striker or to a winger. There you saw me knock down the ball to my teammate who then held it up for me to run in behind. Unfortunately we don't get a goal from this, but we do get a corner in which I do actually score from. Now the key to holding up the ball and winning goal kicks or balls in the air is to hold L2 or left bumper on Xbox. There you just saw me knock the defender over with ease as I was just holding him backwards, pinning him backwards, and he couldn't do anything. Here you can see me shield the ball. Although I don't touch the defender, I was able just to shield it. Even if he did push me, I was going to protect the ball and then still knock it down for the assist. Now defending the ball, protecting the ball with L2 isn't just specific to balls in the air. Here you can see me on the edge of the box protecting the ball, the defender's trying to get to it, he pushes and then I just turn and then there's an easy chance, easy assist for me and we score the goal. As I mentioned earlier, it's essential that you call for the ball from goal kicks because it's easiest for you to win the header and win the ball and you can head it into a safe area. Now when it comes to heading the ball, you want to head it to the wing because it's generally the safest area. Heading it backwards towards your own goal is risky because if you lose the ball, they're through on goal, and if you head it to your striker, it can be quite hard because you're heading sideways or backwards. The next thing I want to talk about in regards to build-up play is facing your own goal and being prepared for the ball. Now I talked about this in my cam video, but as you saw there, I was facing my own goal, ready to shield the ball and then turn, and then I can pass it off to my striker who was running through. So in the following clips, I just want you to look at how my play is positioned every time I receive the ball. I'm always ready for the ball, and then here you can see a wonderful ball over the top and put my striker teammate through, and then we can get the goal. But as you saw in that clip and many of the clips you'll see, I'm always facing our goal, ready to receive the ball. Here, facing the ball, ready to receive the ball, and then I can do a nice little dink over the top to the winger who can now switch the ball to the CPU who can then just lose the ball. But look at this clip, I'm ready to receive the ball, I see the cams in a good position, so I lay it off to him, he can play through my other winger, and then we get a nice chance which we unfortunately don't score. Again here, I'm ready and open, I see them run, going in behind, I can turn and then pass and then get the assist there. Easy goal because I was just ready to receive the ball. Another thing you might notice, especially if you've watched my other videos, is that I tend to wait, especially when I'm in space and passing in behind. There you saw me wait a second, wait for my striker to get onto the last man, and then I can pass to him, slide him in behind, and he's got an easy ball. Likewise here, I'm going to receive the ball, and then I'm going to wait for my striker to get in behind, get onto the last man, and then I can dink it over. And if you want to learn more about how to do that, I'll link it into the description. It's how to score and assist goals easily on FIFA. Likewise, what I said about goal kicks and set pieces, the same thing applies for defenders who might just be under press. You can just call for the ball, give them an easy escape as you can easily win balls. The next thing I want to talk about is using your pace, and this segments into the next section. But don't be afraid to use pace, even just go down the wing. As you saw, I went down the wing there and then put a lovely ball in for my striker to score. From the build section of this video, you saw I still had 88 pace, and that's still plenty of pace, especially against normal defenders. So here you can see me just running down the wing, not afraid to go down the wing, and then I can put a nice ball in for my teammate striker, and I can set him up for an easy goal. And here you can see various clips where you just can see me running down the wing, using my pace, not afraid to, and we'll create goals and even score goals from that. Here you can see a nice one too, and then I just dink it backwards and we can get an easy goal and an easy assist for me. And that was just me sprinting in behind. Even though I'm 6'4", I still have plenty of pace and I'm not afraid to use it. Just because you're a target man doesn't mean you have to stay still and be a tree. Here you can see me running down the line, and then I'm going to cut it back, pass to my cam who then scores, and that just came from me sprinting, and then I could create the space for my cam to run into. Again, don't be afraid to run. Run down the wing if you need to. Just give your teammates options. So if you don't need to come back and then play short to your teammate and then have some nice interchange play, you can go down the wing and give them a ball over the top. And there you saw me, a nice bit of dribbling. If you want to know how to do that, watch my How to Dribble Like Messi video, as I'll go into details on how to improve your dribbling. But there you can see me run down the line, and then I'm going to put an excellent ball into the box. And unfortunately we don't get a goal, but we do actually score from that corner. The next thing we're going to be talking about is goals. And as a striker, if you're not creating or assisting any goals, you better be scoring them. So here you're going to see me, similar to the clips before, I'm just going to use my pace, go past the defender, and then I can ball roll past the keeper, and then there's an easy open goal from then on. And in a lot of these clips, you're going to see the roles between my teammate striker and I be reversed, as he's going to receive the ball and then I'm going to be the one running in behind doing the running. And there you can see he played the ball over the top instead of me, and then I was able to get the volley. Likewise here, he's going to receive the ball, so I'm going to sprint in behind, use my strength and pace there and get away from the defender, and then I can just chip the keeper. Now when it comes to finishing and types of finishing, as I mentioned in my striker video and how to score goals video, there's nothing that's really overpowered. So generally you just want to go across goal or far post. And sometimes you might want to chip, sometimes you want to go near post. It is very situational and it will just come down to experience. But generally you're just going to want to go far post. Likewise here you can see me go far post, easy goal. The most important part of getting goals is good positioning, and with good positioning it means getting goals is easy. There you saw me ready to bounce on the ball when it rebounded, and I could get the easy finish and score without difficulty. Now in the following clips I just want you to watch how I'm positioning, as I'm always trying to move into space, be open, make sure it's an easy pass to me. As there I was doing a nice 1-2, make sure I was open for the second pass and there was an easy pass for my teammate. Likewise here, I'm going to be open, I'm going to make sure I'm staying on side, and then he can cross the ball and then I can do a nice bicycle kick over the keeper and we score. But the key is always be open, make sure it's an easy ball to you, and then you're granted an easy goal. Similarly here, I'm running into space, but then my teammate also runs into that space, so I change my run and I go into the centre and I'm ready for the cutback. And again, open goal, easy as that. All you need is good positioning, and the finishing, it doesn't even have to be good at that point because the finishes should be easy. Likewise here, I'm going to run into the box. The ball doesn't get to me, but I'm going to make sure I'm open for the pass from the CPU, and then I can flick it over and then get a brilliant volley over the keeper. Finally, I want to talk about corners, and with corners you need a good crosser, as it takes two to tango really. So without a good crosser it's going to be quite difficult. But there you can see me, I'm positioned near the near post, and then my delivery can come to the near post and I can tower over all the defenders and win the cross. However, when it comes to crosses and heading is quite inconsistent on FIFA, I will say. So don't rely on this too much, because one, it requires a good ball, and crosses there, you saw the ball didn't actually go anywhere near where he aimed the ball, but I was able to readjust and still score. So keeping all that in mind, try not to rely on crosses too much to score your goal. This clip is just to summarise everything I've said so far, except for defensively, if you're a target man, make sure to help out in defence from corners, because you are a big guy. Don't do what I did and just run out. I realised halfway through that I should be in the box, so I came back and headed the ball away. But here you can see me receive the ball, back to goal, and then I can cut back a bit, pass the defender, pass it off wide, and then here you can see me sprinting, and then I can get into the box and score a headed goal. And that's a prime example of why you want pace on a big build. But aside from that, that's going to be me. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and learned from it. And if you have, please remember to leave a like, subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. And thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a good day, and bye bye.